Okay, so we are here with some of the finance team, and we're going to talk about some of the changes that we've put in place for the new database and what you need to know about enhancing lives through structure and our GL codes, certify timesheets, and how this is going to affect you going forward. Okay, so in your email today, you've received the video and you've received a timesheet attachment, and then you've received this department cheat sheet attachment. And I am on the first tab that says Start Here. Okay, so on the Start Here tab, on the attachment that says Department Cheat Sheets or Department Reference Sheets, is a brief explanation as to how you can code your expenses. And really it starts with asking yourself just one question. Is this expense for a job or is it not for a job? So if it's for a job, you're going to be using a vertical market for this prefix right here. If it's not for a job, you're going to use a departmental prefix. This is new to TWC. Every single one of us lives in a department, and those are listed here below. So wherever you sit on the organizational chart here at TWC, you'll find your department and the corresponding tab below, and there will be a list of cost codes that you can use, and I'll get into that shortly. So the first question is this for a job or not? So if it's for a job, this prefix right here will be filled with one of our vertical markets: funeral, veterinary, our miscellaneous jobs over $50,000, dental, miscellaneous, which are our miscellaneous jobs under $50,000, and equipment, which is where Amy's going to be using that one. So if it's for a job, we're going to be using one of these, and we will see the job cost coding sheet. You only need to know 3 things in order to code an expense to a job, and 4 if you happen to use the extra field, which is if you're going to be doing something for warranty or for architecture. So the 3 things you need to know are your job number, your cost code, and your category. When you fill this category in right here, the corresponding GL strand automatically fills in Sage. So we don't really need you to fill that part in, just these 3 items here. Then you're going to enter your total, and someone's going to have an approval signature, and then you're going to turn that in. That's it. 3 things to job cost and expense. So if it's not a job cost expense, you're going to use a department code for that one. So find your department. So if you are in sales, you'll download this for your reference for future. These accounts right here are the only accounts that you need to code any expense that you have. If it's for vehicle or travel, you're going to use 1035 is your department, and 7201 is for vehicle and travel. And as a reference, 10 is just our company number, and that is on every single expense as the first set of digits. It's always going to be 10, as you see here. So 10 dash a prefix, job or non-job. And if it's for a job, it's going to automatically fill in for you. And if it's not a job, it's going to be one of these last 4 digits here. So once again, it's very, very easy. You just need to know if your expense is for a job or not a job. And later in Certify, you're going to see that as well. In the job categories in Certify, you're only going to find 3 options: something for materials, something for subcontractor, and something for other. Okay, I think that's it for coding invoices. What do you guys think? Did I cover everything there? Or was there anything that was confusing?
Now I'm really confused. It's a little confusing at first.
Lisa, if you want to share the changes that have happened in Certify and walk us through a little bit of what has changed there and what the employees should be looking for when they code their Certify.
All right, well, hello everyone. The window that I'm at is obviously your Certify. We're using Brent as an example today. And up at the top, obviously, I've said that, hey, I'm looking at his draft. We're going to scroll down to the bottom. And I've already popped up a receipt that he's done. It's just a basic receipt for travel. And you may have a question, hey, how am I going to code this? Well, you're going to find what kind of category is it? Is it funeral, veterinary? You know, you pick your category that you believe that this is going to be going to. You'll see from 1 to 7, and then if it's not job related, you have non-job related. So you click non-job related. But this one is job related. So Brent has said, hey, this account is other. It's not materials. It's not brick, sticks, mortar. It's not a subcontractor. It's just other. It's travel. It is meals or, you know, something of that nature. And so we're going to he hit other because of that. Now, if it had anything to do with not a job, no job whatsoever, then he would have went down to project management and he would have said, hey, it's one of these categories just for project management. But it's not. It's a job. So the only thing that he needed to pick there was other.
And it's important. Can you drop down that drop down menu again to show if it's for a job, there's only 3 options. That's it. It's materials, a subcontractor, and if it's not materials or a subcontractor, it's other.
Right.
3 options.
So we've actually simplified it for you. And so it's either this or it's a non-job. And so we put that there and nothing else on this screen has changed. But you will notice though, instead of it saying phase, it says cost code. That is the only difference. The rest of it, you guys have already done it before. Nothing else has changed. You just pick the job that you need and the job number's there. Yes, that has changed, but the name of that job has not changed. So that will still stay the same.
Okay. I think that covers that. It's a little bit of a change from what they're used to. Okay, let's talk a little bit about timesheets. So Keegan has done new timesheets for every department, and the reason that was needed is because we've changed the way that we do payroll. For those of you who have your labor or your dollars go into an overhead account, you don't need to have a job. Where we used to have 32020 or something like that, there is no longer a job needed. So this is an example of the admin timesheet. Simply, you'll just put your time to overhead. No job is needed. Additionally, we would ask that for those people who sometimes do more than one task in overhead, please don't add any columns here for overhead. Every single department only has one bucket for overhead. They only have one place where their dollars can go. And so it gets really confusing and actually just creates extra work if you add any more columns for overhead. So please make sure that if this applies to you, that you work in an overhead situation like admin does or the PM department, DCs, that you only keep this one column there. There's also been a few changes for other departments, and I will go over those changes individually with each of the department managers. We will need this new timesheet format for the payroll timesheet turn in for next Monday. So it must be on one of the new timesheets. And if you have any questions on that, please feel free to reach out to me. We're happy to walk through that with you. And Keegan can make any changes that we need as well, right, Keegan?
Right. Yeah, no,
Right.
we've made a lot of changes and had to do just some brainstorming on how to get everything onto the old timesheets, and then update them with all the new coding and formatting and all of that. So it's possible that there will still be some changes that need to be made to some of you who have more specialized timesheets or cross departments in your labor, or do a host of other things. But yeah, we feel like we're at a really good point with these right now and can begin using them. So.
Yes, awesome. You will need to add your jobs onto these, so we apologize. There's going to be a little bit of work here. We just gave you the basics. The other change is that your employee number has gone away. So we're no longer using those employee numbers that we used to have. So if you have one of those old timesheets, that is no longer applicable.